Hi guys, it's been a very long time. A lot of people have been asking where I've been, and well, this is your answer. I've been moving house. As some of you know, I used to live in the Lothians, and I now live in the Scottish borders. Basically I had to transport everything I own, all my equipment, my Simmons kit, synthesizers, modern computer equipment, retro computer equipment, everything. Well, I'll just say, between 50 and 100 miles over the roads of the Scottish borders, and most people will know that these roads are windy, they're hilly, and they go in every direction. It's been pretty hellish and it took 3 trips to get all the gear in. Never again. But I've settled here now. I'm very happy here. I've got this room now for doing my music, my videos, and as you can see I've basically turned it into a kind of 80s room. I've got a lot of stuff here from a little bit beyond the 80s, that's true. For example this, I mean it's close enough. It's a Catholic YouTube TV. And yeah, sure, it's got a DVD player in it, proving that it's from the 90s, not the 80s, but you know what, after that journey, I am sick of VHS tapes, so everything I've got on Betamax and VHS is going to be transferred onto DVD now anyway, and most of my favourite TV programmes from my youth, from the 70s and 80s, of course, are now available on DVD, readily available, and I don't see any reason now to stick with VHS tapes. There are some things that aren't so good about retro technology, and I think having to lug about huge boxes of heavy video cassettes is one of them. I'm not overly keen on Catholic YouTubes either, believe it or not, but this size I can handle. But everything's in this room now, and I wanted to try and create the feel when you walk into this room that you've sort of walked through a time warp back into the 80s, despite the presence of the odd piece of 90s tech here and there and current tech. I think I've done my best to try and even make that look as retro as possible, to the point where I can get away with it. It works, you know. And you still get, certainly I still get a very strong 80s feel when I walk into this room, and that's what I was aiming for. Now, as for my videos, they're still coming. If you remember, I was going to do the Spectrum Restoration project, the rest of these films. I was also going to do the Raspberry Pi project, building it into a Spectrum case. The Simmons kit videos. This is all still going to happen, it's still coming. It's just that this whole journey and this whole move has been such an upheaval that I haven't really had much of a chance to do anything yet. It's only now really that I've managed to get everything wired up and working again. And yeah, it's been hectic. It's been fun too, and I'm glad I made the move. I mean, it's a totally different lifestyle down here. You wouldn't believe that in a smaller place as Scotland is, if you move from a major city or the outskirts of a major city down to a small town surrounded by nothing but rolling hills and farmland and sheep and cows and trees as far as the eye can see, it's such a major change of lifestyle, it's unbelievable. It's so laid back down here, which is suits me down to the ground. It's such a relaxed atmosphere. Absolutely nothing like the Lothians at all. And it's a really nice area. It's one of these areas that, you know, people keep saying, oh, don't go to that area, you know, and it's all really cliquey. Don't go into that pub, it's really cliquey. I tend to find that when people say that, it's not the area. Whenever people tend to say, you know, don't go into that pub, for example, it's really cliquey, I tend to find it's not the pub that's the problem. It's the people who are claiming it's cliquey. I mean, if you go into a place and don't talk to anyone else, nobody's going to talk to you. You know, if you come in looking nervous, looking like you're expecting to be rejected, you will be. It's usually not the pub that's the problem. You know, it's quite interesting because I've seen so many people say that. It's particularly about the area I've moved into. It's the people who think it's cliquey. The reason they think that is because they themselves go into these places, they expect to be rejected. They expect problems. It's not that the places are cliquey. You know, if you have this problem in your own life, I would strongly recommend, if you go into places frequently and think, oh, that crowd are really cliquey, if you think that, don't blame the place, don't blame the crowd. Look in the mirror. Think about why these people appear cliquey to you, because the odds are they're perfectly nice people, but you've never made any approach to them. Maybe out of fear, maybe out of nervousness, I don't know. And I can understand that. If you're in a new area, or new people, I've been through that, you know, you don't know anyone, it can be nerve-wracking. But don't blame these people and call them cliquey. If you go in there and you say nothing to anyone and sit in a corner huddled away, of course nobody's going to talk to you. They're going to look at you and say, oh, what's wrong with this one, you know? Not very talkative. I mean, it's their area, you know, they've lived here for years and years and years. You've suddenly moved into their domain. You know, if they've gone to that pub or club or whatever for years and years and years, it's their domain, and you've suddenly moved into that domain, and you're sitting there, oh, well, I'm not sure about this lot. Why would they be anything but standoffish with you? They're going to see that and think, well, you know, you don't like us, get lost, you know. It's understandable, really. Anyway, I digress. This video is basically to tell you all that I'm still alive, I'm still here, I'm back on YouTube. The videos are still to come, it's all still going to happen. It'll take a while now, I've got a backlog to get through. But I'm back. I'm settled in the new house, in the new area. I'm enjoying it, and I'm happy here. And I will be, over time, catching up with the massive backlist of videos I've got to get through now. Plus, I'll still be doing the usual Facebook posts. That never stopped, actually, and Twitter. And I've made a few SoundCloud posts as well now. So, stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll see what happens. Bye.